What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name is Jesse. This is Cadillacus Rod and Customs. Today's video is sponsored by the letter F, as in financially irresponsible. I don't know why I'm like this, but, you know, makes life more interesting, I guess. So, you're all familiar with utility knives, right? Pretty simple, push button, blade comes out. Got blade storage up underneath here. Meat and potatoes, they work really well. Been this way for years. There's a reason. You know, if it works, don't mess with it. But this is substantially more enjoyable because it has this fancy little button right here. It ejects the magazine. And there's honestly no justifiable reason to have this other than, you know, it's like flashlights and gloves. Anytime you see something new and exciting and cool and fidgety, you're going to play with it and you're going to buy it. So the difference is here. This is your standard, call it an everyday carry utility knife. This is a high capacity because it carries 10. Could hold 15 because in right here there's actually space for 10, but I only put 5 in, and then up here it carries 5. But this is a high capacity assault utility knife because it has the magazine that comes out, which makes it, and it's black, which makes it assault version. This is not the reason for today's video, but I've been playing with this thing for 3 or 4 days now, and I love it. I can't get enough. So now we're going to close all this stuff up and take a little walk, and I'll show you today's video, or sorry, I'll show you the purpose of today's video. Okay, well, we're at an undisclosed location, but hi, my name is Jesse. I am a marketplaceaholic. I have not gone, like I was good about not spending money on buying shit boxes for a minute, and then I went off the wagon. But this is what we got. Start right here. 42-inch tires. They're bias ply, and they are literally brand new. Still have the nubs on the tires, or on the treads, I mean. This is a high pinion Dana 60, which I don't know how, sought after they are or whatever. It's 410 gears as far as I know. Open diff, but I do have it didn't come with a locker. It has a triangulated forelink, so the lower bars come to a center point here, and the upper bars are basically just parallel with the frame. These lower bars double as an oil pan skid, because as you can see, if you look straight across, oil pan's higher than the lower links, which is nice. This is a 351, but it's the fuel injected. It's what the hell do they call it? Speed density fuel injection. Came out of a rolled work truck. Unsure of the year of the motor. Somewhere between like 88 and 93, 94. I'm gonna say probably 93 because that's what year the front axle is, according to the tag. 4-speed gearbox, 205 case, which again, I'm going to have to do something about that, but I'm not too concerned. Same 4-link setup back here in the back with the triangulated lowers and the parallel uppers. Gas tanks never even had fuel in it. This is a good big 14 bolt rear. And there you can see how the lower links tie in. You can't really see it on the front because of the oil pan, but you know, you can see it back here. Also 410s. Unsure if it's locked or open or anything. I don't know anything about it. Already has a disc brake conversion. I have the calipers in a box. It came with a big box of shit. These are Fox. I think they're 2.0s, but I'm not 100% sure. They're 16-inch shocks. At ride height, this thing is about 6 inches taller than it is right now, 4 to 6. And it's full, I mean, obviously, it's full tube chassis. There's not a section of any kind of framework in here anywhere. Come with a line lock, steering disconnect, basic gauge set. Dash just bolts in with 4 bolts. And when the guy built this, he did a really, really good job as far as the way everything goes together and how the welding's done. The cage is fully TIG welded, which these welds are really pretty. There's plenty of room back here behind the, well, let me jump up. There's plenty of room back here behind the seats for like spare parts, tool bags, a jacket, toe straps and shit. Back here I'm going to build a toolbox to ride along. Plus I need a little bit of weight back here because I'm assuming this thing only weighs about, I mean, fully full of fluids, completely assembled, full of fuel with my ass in the driver's seat. I'm assuming about 2,500 pounds, maybe 3,000. So I'm not going to tell you how much I paid for this, but I'm going to tell you that I got a hell of a deal, which is, you know, one of them kind of deals where like I wasn't looking for a buggy, but I couldn't really pass it up because of the price, because I know how much money and parts is in this thing. So I'm pretty excited. I've always wanted a buggy, but I've never been able to afford to build one. So this was a pretty good option. Now, let me tell you what I need to do. This has to come off. I can't run this fuel injection, the speed density bullshit, because I don't have an ECM. And those are elusive creatures from what I understand. They are very hard to find. So the intake's got to go. I'm going to put a carbureted intake on top. And for now, I'll probably throw a carburetor on it. I'll save up a little bit of money and I'll do the throttle body type, like the sniper style injection. Because it already has an O2 sensor and all that shit because, you know, fuel injection. Got to change the distributor with the intake, obviously. I got to change the alternator. Same reason. I'm not completely sold on this Saginaw box and the Y-Link steering. I may end up going full hydro, you know, because 42s. I have to run brake lines all the way from the master to all 4 corners. But that'll be fun because I'm going to come off the master and I'll tuck it down into the firewall real nice. And I'll come down here probably with a soft line because this is an articulating joint. And I'll run my brake line along the top of my links. And then I'll just run this soft line from here somewhere out. The rear, I'm only going to have to run one line all the way to the back because I do have a new junction box for the rear brakes. And because this is not a steer axle, I'm just going to run a new hard line straight to the calipers from the junction block. So that's going to be super simple. One line, I'll probably run it down the driver's link because the master's on the driver's side and it's, you know, less line. But same concept, soft line there, across the top of the link to a soft line probably there. Or I'll look into those stainless flex hose deals and I'll just run full flex line from start to finish. So we'll figure that one out when we get there. Other than that, you know, she's going to be a unit. It's a really good project. I'm super excited about it. I do have a brand new aluminum radiator that goes in right here. I've got a brand new set of electric fans. This gold bar, this whole gold assembly has hinges on it back there, and it pivots up towards the windshield, so I can actually build a hood for it and cover the motor, but still be able to access the motor if I got to pull it or anything like that. It is a ball joint 60, not a kingpin, so I'm going to have to probably invest in some high steer arms and then decide if I'm going to, like I said, go full hydro or not. Sorry. Also, I was kind of concerned with the width on this boy because 42-inch IROCs are like 14 or 15 inches wide. This thing is 83 inches from outside wall to outside wall, and my trailer is 82. So it fits, barely. So like I said, pretty excited about this project. Should be super fun. Gonna learn a lot of shit that I didn't know how to do before, or still don't, but gonna have to learn how. And also gonna have to figure out clutch linkage, and I think that's it. Because from the factory it had that Z-bar shit, and I think I'm gonna go to a hydraulic slave type. So anyway, sorry, I'm rambling, but stay tuned. This one will be super fun. I'm not sure how often I'll be able to work on it, but I'm hoping to wheel it by the end of summer. So given that we have a summer, we get a couple of nice days and then it snows and it's cold and stupid for 3 or 4, and then we get a couple of nights, it's a stupid cycle. And I work outside, so as long as the yard's dry, I can work on it. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around. If you're not already, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it, do all the fun stuff, turn the bell on, whatever. And remember, guys, your dreams aren't going to work unless you're willing to.